everyone, it's Anja here and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks Crochet. And today we are making Anja's batwing sweater. Now when I say Anja, I do not mean myself, but I mean my best friend Anja. We met in kindergarten when we were 2.5 years old, so we have known each other all our lives. And she also crochets because of course we were taught in the same school. Now, a couple of years ago I brought out the reading shawl and Anja turned this shawl into a sweater, a batwing sweater. And when she showed me, I thought, oh my goodness, what a fabulous idea. And I really wanted to make this into a project and a tutorial and everything. But of course I didn't know exactly when I was going to do that. But now with our 10-year anniversary and we are going back to all the projects, this is the perfect time for me to do this. So based on Anja's idea, I started again, used the same stitches and the same hexagonal shape as the reading shawl, and I started making my sweatshirt, and then Anja made hers again. We met up when I was in Belgium last to compare notes and of course to film the lookbook together. For this project I used Starcraft Impressions. It's an Aran weight yarn and this is the color Umbrella, and it is 100% acrylic and one ball is 100 grams and it is approximately 220 meters or 240 yards. I ended up using 6 balls of impressions and I used a 5mm crochet hook. The yarn is prescribed for a 4.5, but I used a 5 for a bit of a looser fabric. You will also need a darning needle, some stitch markers and of course scissors. We have the whole range of impressions on our website, so do go and have a look there. You will also find a link in the description box below this video, which will take you to the written pattern on our website. It is available to purchase there, but I would recommend you still watch the video because there are lots of tips and tricks that I give away in the video which are not included in the pattern. But on the other hand, there will be more measurements and visuals in the pattern than I can give you in the video. So to get started, we're going to make our slip knot, insert the hook, and I'm going to chain 86 chains. But first of all, I'm going to chain 10 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then I'm going to go back to my first chain. Make sure your little chain is not twisted. And I'm going to go to the end of my hook and I'm going to put it onto my hook like so. This will make sure that my chain is not going to get twisted. So now I'm going to continue counting. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I will see you when you have 86 chains. So here I am with my 86 chains on my hook, and now all I have to do is bring this one closer and pull this one through that one, and there you go. You've got your neck opening. This is always such a headache, but doing it like this helps enormously. So now for round 2, we're going to chain 2. 1, 2, and we're going to place 1 double crochet in the next 12 stitches. So I use American terminology, and you're going to have to find the first stitch. So here we go. Voila, so a double crochet is yarn over insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 2 made, and of course you've got to make sure that each time you advance to the next chain, and you're going to do 12. So here I have my 12 double crochets in a row, and now in the next stitch we're going to place a V. A V in this pattern is going to be 1 double crochet, 2 chains and 1 double crochet. So let's go into the next stitch there. You place 1 double crochet, 2 chains and 1 double crochet. So this is my V stitch. Now I'm going to place 1 double crochet in the next 14 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So here I have done my 14 double crochets, and now I am going to do a V in the next stitch. So once again, a V is 1 double crochet, 2 chains and 1 double crochet. Voila, there we go. And now I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the next 13 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So here I have done my 13 double crochets. Now in the next stitch I'm going to place 3 double crochets. So into the next stitch for 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. So here in this group of 3 double crochets we're going to place a stitch marker. So we're going to place it in the middle stitch. There we go. Voila. Then we're going to continue 1 double crochet in the next 13 stitches. So get started into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have my 13 stitches, so that's after those 3 double crochets. There we go. And now we're going to place a V in the next stitch. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 chains and 1 double crochet. Now we're going to place 1 double crochet in the next 14 stitches. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So once again I have done my 14 double crochets. Now I'm going to do a V in the next stitch. 1 double crochet, 2 chains and 1 double crochet. We've nearly made it to the end of our round. You should now notice that your chain is not twisted and you should have 14 stitches left over. We are now going to start by doing 13 double crochets. So 1 double crochet in the next 13 stitches. 13. So we have 13 double crochets here. And now into the last stitch that I have left over here, I'm going to place 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Now, before you join here and continue with your sweater, you're going to have to make sure that your collar is exactly what you need it to be. So you have 2 V's here, you have 2 V's there, you have here one situation where you have a granny cluster with a stitch marker in the middle stitch, and here you also have that granny cluster, and we're going to place a stitch marker in the middle stitch as well. So let's do that. Voila. So this is my granny cluster into the middle stitch. We're going to put a stitch marker. Voila. So now I know that everything is correct and everything is laying flat as well. So now I'm going to join up here, because you need to just make sure everything is correct before you actually continue and join up. So you're going to go and do a slip stitch under this one here and close the round. Voila, there we go. So in this round you now have 94 double crochets. These here will be your panels with the rows of boxes and the rows of double crochets. These 2 here will be where you have your front and your back, and those will always be rows of double crochets. So now for round 3, we're going to pick up our work again, put it on our hook, and we're going to get started with a chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. We're going to skip 1 stitch and we're going to place a double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to chain 1. So now we're going to skip 1 stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, and we're going to repeat this 6 times. Voila, there we go, because this is one of those sides where we are doing boxes. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and into the chain space we're going to place a V. And remember, the V is made up of a double crochet, 2 chains and a double crochet. Voila. And now this part here is our front, so we're going to be doing double crochets there. So 1 double crochet in the next 16 stitches and 16, and then into the chain space of the V we're going to place our V. So we do a double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet. We chain 1, we skip 1, and we place a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next stitch. And we repeat this 7 times. Voila, so I have chained 1. I'm at the end of my repeat. I'm now going to skip 1 stitch, and then here we have the shoulder. So we skip 1 into the next stitch, and of course that is the stitch with the stitch marker. So I know this is going to be annoying, but just try to remember in the beginning certainly to replace the stitch marker each time, because I found I was just crocheting along, I didn't see the 3 double crochets there, and it's important that you keep on doing that shoulder bit there. So we're going to place 3 double crochets in the middle stitch of those 3 double crochets that we created earlier, and I am just going to replace the stitch marker into the middle stitch, because that will be the stitch where I'm going to be placing my 3 double crochets in the next round as well. And now we're going to continue with the boxes because we are still doing boxes here. So we're going to chain one, skip one, one double crochet in the next stitch, and we chain one, skip one, one double crochet in the next stitch, and we repeat that 7 times. So I have just chained one, come to the end of my repeat. I'm going to skip one stitch here, and I'm going to place a V into the chain space of the V below. So there we go. Voila. So now we're going to place one double crochet into the next 16 stitches. So there we go. I've done my 16 double crochets. Now here into this V, I'm going to place my V again. There we go. Voila. And now I'm going to chain one, skip one, one double crochet in the next stitch, chain one, skip one, one double crochet in the next stitch, and I repeat that 7 times. So I'm finishing with my chain one. I'm going to skip one, and then here in the one with the stitch marker, that's where I'm going to be putting my 3 double crochets. And of course I'm going to replace my stitch marker so that it's in the correct position for the next round. There we go. And then now I'm going to do a chain one, skip one, and then here these 2 are going to count as my double crochet. So I'm going to go into the second chain there, and I'm going to do a slip stitch to close the round. So this here is the front panel, this is the back panel, these are the sleeves, and these here are the shoulders. As you can see, we have established here boxes and here boxes. So these are the panels where we will be doing boxes, double crochets, boxes, double crochets. And these are the panels where we will be just doing double crochets. We start and end our row here, and as you can see now we have got our row of boxes. So now we are going to do a whole round of double crochets because that's where we're at. So let's get started on doing that. So this is round 4. And you're going to get started with a chain 2, and you're going to place double crochets in each stitch around. So make sure you place your double crochet around the chain space and then into the double crochet. Now when you get to the V location, you're going to place a V in there, and then you just continue with your double crochets. And when you get to a stitch marker, you're first going to place a double crochet in that first double crochet. Then into the middle double crochet, you're going to be placing 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Replace the stitch marker, because then you have it ready for the next round, and then you place 1 double crochet in the last double crochet there. Voila. And so this is how you're going to go all the way around, by placing 1 double crochet in each stitch. But of course the V's and the stitch markers need your special attention. So I've made it to the end of the round. Here we did a chain 1, so you have to make sure you do a double crochet there. Then here that chain 2 counts as a double crochet, the double crochet on top of this one here. So now here we're going to go under the next V there and do a slip stitch and close the round. So this is what our work looks like now. We have 118 double crochets. Here we have the panels for the front and the back. Here we have the panels for the sleeves. These are the only places where we will be making our boxes. So now we're going to do another round, and here we will be making boxes, but of course not here. So round 5, we're going to get started by chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3. We're going to skip 1 stitch and we're going to place 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, and now we're going to repeat making these boxes. So we've chained 1, skipped 1, 1 double crochet in the next stitch until we meet the chain space. And yes, Layla is on my lap in the meantime because, you know, she likes to be part of it all. So we're just making boxes until we reach the V. So here I have reached the V, so I'm going to now chain 1, skip 1, and we're going to place 1 V stitch in the V stitch. Make sure that your double crochets from the boxes tally up with the double crochets from the boxes in the row below. So this is on the part with the boxes, but here we are now at the part where we don't make any boxes, so we are going to start putting double crochets in each stitch, and we do that until we reach the next V stitch. So here I have reached the chain space of the V, so this is where I am going to place my V construction. There we go. And then here we're in the location where we are making boxes, because of course we've got our boxes here. So make sure you realize that some panels of course are without boxes and some are without and with as well. Okay, so we're going to get started by chaining 1, skipping 1 and a double crochet in the next stitch. And you repeat that until you reach the stitch marker. Voila, so I have done my chain 1, skip 1. Here I've got my stitch marker. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to make my 3 double crochets in there. 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to replace my stitch marker. Voila. And then I'm going to get started with chain 1, skip 1, because I can see there are boxes down below there, so I need to be making boxes here. Made it to the chain space of the V, chain 1, skip 1 and a V construction into the chain space. And then once again here I can see that in fact I am not making boxes here, so I will just be doing double crochets into this little section here until of course I meet the chain space of the V, where I will do a V. So I'm just quickly checking to see what I need to do, and in fact I can see boxes, so I'm starting with a chain 1, skip 1 and a double crochet in the next stitch. And this is how you can of course remind yourself of what to do on which section of the sweatshirt. And once again I make it to the stitch marker, So I'm going to place 3 double crochets in there. And also replace my stitch marker for next time. And then here you will find that you will have to do more and more boxes until you make it to where you started. But that's of course the way it goes, because we are adding stitches to our work. There we go. Voila. So this is what it looks like now. We have made rounds of double crochets, and we have made rounds where we have done boxes where our sleeves are going to be. The next round, round 6, you will be doing double crochets all the way. And of course you deal with whatever you need to deal with, the stitch markers, the 3 double crochets, and then your V constructions. When you have finished that round, round 7, you will be doing the boxes again. So you will be making sure you do boxes only in this section, this one, and this one. So now you're going to continue by repeating round 4 and 5, but you also need to make sure that you, once you have grown your piece, that you try it on and that you see how big it is. I did 29 rounds and that was quite big enough for me because of course our hem and our cuff are going to be rather deep. Okay, so this is where I am at. I have done 29 rounds, starting in a double crochet round and finishing in a double crochet round. Now, along the way, my points no longer join up here. Okay, so I think it has something to do with tension and it twisting, but I am leaving it the way it is so that I can prove that it doesn't matter that this has happened. Now, my sleeve here, so from my shoulder to my elbow, I think this is long enough. So my elbow is about here. I've got about 5 centimeters past that. So I think that's long enough. We will make up the rest of the length of sleeve with a cuff. So this is where I ended. So let's cut off the yarn and start again at the corner. Okay, so these are my front or my back panels, and these panels with the boxes are going to be my sleeves. So we are going to tally up the corners here, join this, and we need to join it as far as sort of about here to create our arm opening. So first of all, I'm going to get started with turning this inside out because the joining is going to give a seam and I want that to be on the inside. So let's turn it inside out. There we go. Now I'm going to get my yarn. I'm going to make a slip knot, insert my hook, and I'm going to hold these 2 corners together, then getting ready to make a standing single crochet, taking up both the chain spaces there, voila, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets around the chain space. And then I'm going to find the double crochets, go under the 2 strands of it. So this is the chain, this, yeah, there we go. So make sure you find the first double crochet to use. Then here you go under this V, under the next one, and you keep going like this. Don't make your stitches too tight because obviously you're going to have to do it inside out. So if we turn this inside out, you will see that we have a nice flat seam like this. I have made it to the top of my sleeve here, so where my arm opening is going to be, and I have 46 stitches left. So here, going around the outside of the opening here, I have 46 stitches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a single crochet in each one of those, just so that it looks neat. And then we are going to start the cuff. So you're going to go under the strands of the V, but only on one side, of course, because you're just going to keep the opening open, but you're just making a nice little edge to it. So there we go. Okay. I've made it all the way around my opening here, and I'm just going to go and do a slip stitch into that first single crochet there. Voila. So now this is on the inside. I am now going to turn it inside out. There we go. So this is my seam. This is my arm opening. I am now going to take up my yarn, bring it through my opening here. And I'm going to get started on the cuff. So now we're going to make our cuff, and of course the cuff, I wanted a really long cuff. So this sleeve, this only comes to just past my elbow. The rest is going to be cuff. So make sure that you try it on and see to where it comes. If you would like a long cuff, then you can stop at the amount of rows that I did. If you like a shorter cuff, then you're going to have to make more rows, but of course it's also going to be wider at your waist as well, so you need to take that into account. So I'm now going to start my cuff, and my cuff is going to be 25 stitches deep. So I'm going to chain 26, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 and 26. So 26 is going to be my turning chain. I then sort of turn, and then here in the 25th chain I'm going to pick up the back loop only, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And this is how I'm going to go all along my chain, of course, and I will be placing 25 single crochets. So I would recommend you count your stitches in each row to make sure you're not losing any or you're not adding any. So when you get to the hem side here, you're going to make sure that you count your stitches, and indeed I have 25. You're going to go into the same location as where you started from, and you do a slip stitch, so that's 1. Then you're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch, 2, 3. So you've done 3 slip stitches. You count back 1, 2 and 3. This one here, so the 4th one, is going to be the first stitch that you're going to be using. So I'm going to put my hook into this loop here. So really at the moment this is the front loop, it's the loop closest to you. But of course we are going to turn our work. So we turn our work. Now we're going to work along this piece of fabric here to create our ribbing, and of course we're going to do that in the back loop only, and we have already inserted into the first back loop, and doing this little trick helps you enormously in knowing which stitch it is that you have to use as first. So here now we're tipping the work towards us to see the back loop, and that is the strand that you're going to be picking up for the first 24 stitches. Okay, so I've done 24 stitches. Then here, this stitch here is my last one, and here I am not going to pick up the back loop, I am going to pick up both the strands just to make a nicer edge to your ribbing. Then you're going to chain 1, and this time we're going to do that same little trick as before. So we've chained 1, but the first stitch we're going to use is this one here. So we already are going to place our hook into this loop there. Then you turn and you can get started straight away with your back loop only single crochet in each stitch along your ribbing here. And this way it takes away the guesswork of where is that first stitch, because you have a clearer picture of it on the other side. And so if we already place our hook into it, it's a lot easier. So now you're going to do one single crochet back loop only in the next 25 stitches. So I have now done 24 stitches. I've got to do my 25th one. So this here is the back loop that I'm going to have to pick up. Sometimes it's really awkward. You just have to find a strand there to go and use. Okay, so you're going to do your 25th stitch, making sure you have all those 25 stitches, and then you're going to go into here at the level where you started. So that's your first slip stitch, your second one, your third one, and your fourth one. So here we did 3 slip stitches. Here I'm doing 4. In the next I'll do 3, next time 4, 3, 4, and so on. So this means now that I'm going to have to count back 1, 2, 3, 4 slip stitches, then into the 5th one with the hook. There we go. And this is how we are going to do that. I know this is quite the distance that we are bridging, but of course we have a large arm opening. We need to reduce it so that our cuff is snugly around our wrist. And to do so, we're going to have to skip stitches. And I have to admit, you might need to do this by trial and error. Okay, if you do this for the first time, it might be that you do it too narrow or you do it too wide. So this one is okay for me. I haven't sewn in my end, as you can tell, because of course I am still trying things on. I am still making sure that I am happy with things. Okay, so this is the cuff that you're going to be making. And as you can tell, we started with quite a large opening here. By doing those slip stitches and bringing the fabric in to do our ribbing, we now have just this opening left from this. Okay, so this is how you're going to have to work all around the opening here, doing your slip stitches, bringing things in, and of course each time counting to make sure you have done your 25 stitches. If you want to do your cuff shorter or longer even, of course that's up to you, but make sure you count each time that you have the correct amount of stitches. And in fact, this is a technique that we're using for our cuffs, but also for the hem. And at the moment, as you can see, I am still working on it. So for the ribbing at the base of the sweatshirt, it's the same technique as I've shown you for the cuff, but this time I did not do a round of single crochets. I've just started doing my ribbing on top of the double crochets that were there. And here as well I have done, of course, 3 slip stitches, then 4, then 3, then 4. And you need to keep an eye on how narrow it gets or how wide it still is, and you need to keep on trying it on. As you can see, my ribbing is not yet finished, but I did stop working on it, tried it on, and thinking, yes, this is fine if I continue like this. I will have another try on session when I'm sort of halfway here, and then here I will have the space to be able to say, okay, now I'm going to do all of my rows with 4 slip stitches in between, or even with 3 or with 2 if I need to. Okay, so there is some adjustment that you can do towards the end of your ribbing, but you know, as long as it keeps going in the right direction, it's going to take the sweatshirt in, it's going to bring this together, and that's what we want. Okay, and yes, I am loving the deep hem, and I hope that you do too. When you have finished your cuff or your hem, use the inner loop and then the leftover loop of your starting chain to place slip stitches into and to close up your cuff or your hem. Make sure, of course, you have tried everything on before you finish everything off, and of course now is the time to sew in your ends. I would like to say thank you to Anja for coming up with such a beautiful design made from my reading shawl. It was her inquiring mind who thought, what if we made this in the round? And here we are, a fantastic batwing sweater, which I hope you all will like as well. There is a written pattern for sale for this project, as well as the yarn, of course, on our website. There's lots of colors available, so do go and have a look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!